on the patio, chillin', sipping from a glass. Big T in the corner, talking about the past. Father Fortenberry telling tales so fast. Gary Poppins flying high, never low, never fast. DW with the beat, got that Bourbon Nerd flow. Life cruising smooth, watch the sunlight glow. Conversations deep, but the vibe is low. Patio dreams, where our minds just go.
Hey guys, a solemn day here. It's 9/11. Where were you at in 9/11? Well, I think we all remember where we were. That's our generation's version of Pearl Harbor. So we're going to talk about 9/11 a little bit, a little more solemn, but then we got some fun stuff to talk about. California Senate. Have you heard about the acrobatics going on in the California Senate?
Like actual acrobatics?
Oh, it's better than actual acrobatics. Believe it or not, it really is. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, check this story out. A man saves a girl from being a sex slave, but he ends up going to jail, going to prison, actually. Got to believe that. And Travis Kelce, him and Taylor Swift at the U.S. Open having a damn good time. And people don't seem to like it very much. But Father Fortenberry, do you remember 9/11?
I do, vividly. But,
23 years ago today.
First off, before we talk about anything, let's back out. Go hit the like button. Go tell your friends to like us. I do what? Do it like a share bomb. Just share it to everybody. And
everywhere. You can get a billboard if you want. Sorry about that.
You can also get tackled for saying bomb.
I've been thinking about that.
Get a billboard. Yeah.
A digital one.
Look, let's go sneak on the airport and write our name on some planes.
Okay.
That'll get our name out there.
All right. Yeah. Now, since he's full of bad ideas, Gary, how are you?
The walking bad idea.
I'm doing great. I want all of us Pationians and the internet world to be friends. So I want you guys to look down there on your screen. Should be like right around there, and hit that like button very softly.
Don't hit it 3 times.
Be gentle. Be gentle because we like you.
Tease it.
Marty, Bourbon Nerd.
What's up, guys? Welcome. That's about all I got right now.
So look, today's an important day in history for all of us. It's 9/11. We're all old enough to remember where we were at. I got to thinking, my kid, he wasn't alive at that point. Young people that were children probably have a different view of it than the rest of us do, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But it was an attack on American soul. It brought down the two twin towers in New York City. Still some of the most devastating footage. Still seems unreal to me at times that we could allow something like that to happen. Now, look, there's a lot of political innuendos in the background, but that is the case.
Well, for a brief moment, wasn't it nice not to have politics?
It was. It was kind of like an abbreviated version of COVID because people kind of come together.
COVID was all kinds of politics.
It was, but still, we got away from the hustle and bustle. Look, the world practically shut down. Everybody went to New York City and helped. Helped people. They actually liked people. They weren't out here like sacrificing animals and eating your cats and stuff like that. But if that were to happen today in New York City, what would even happen?
I think the same result, though. I really do think
Southerners would all come north to help.
Yes, that too. But I think deep down, even though people are pieces of shit, they still stop and help
when there's a big tragedy.
Yes,
it brings us together.
Big tragedy. It's not small tragedy.
Yeah, it's gotta be a big one.
There's still a lot of families were impacted that day. Deaths, people were killed that had small children, wives, husbands died in that tragedy.
Small wives.
And then years later, people become ill from having gone, volunteered, and worked there.
Oh, yeah,
and, look, Tunnel to Towers, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's an organization that really works hard to try to make sure those people are taken care of. So shout out to
John Stewart's done a bunch of hard work to get people compensated. We was on the way over here, and my son was discussing 9/11 because clearly they were discussing it at school.
Yeah,
and you mentioned Pearl Harbor, and I told him, I said, that's our generation's big event.
It is.
Like my mother, I think it was Kennedy assassination.
Yep.
And I use Pearl Harbor as exactly what I used for my grandfather's generation.
Yeah.
And I'm terrified to know what theirs is going to be.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. There's no freaking. It could have. Look, Trump was almost assassinated
that's what I was
a month
thinking.
ago. It could have been that. Did you guys listen to him talk on Dr. Phil, by the way, about the assassination?
I did not.
Yeah.
He bragged incessantly about how
course he
perfect,
did.
about how,
I mean,
how
still-
perfectly he had to lean his head at the exact right moment
It was
and
it was
look
the, it was
right.
the best bullet dodge ever.
Well, because he never looks right. He never looks right. So it was the divine power just had him look right because they had his poster in the wrong place and he just happened to look at the exact right moment. Look, 9/11 prayers still go out to all those people who sacrificed so much, not only from the day of, but thereafter the wars. Then we left Afghanistan in terrible shape. That goes all the way back to 9/11.
Let me start the
think
shit
about
pot.
that.
Who believes that the plane was shot down in Pennsylvania?
I don't want to believe it.
Why?
Well, now,
do.
wait a minute.
I do.
The one that crashed.
Yeah.
The one that
Yeah,
in
they don't
Pennsylvania.
claim that it was shot down. So you're saying as a conspiracy?
No,
you
I
believe that
believe it was shot down. Which is not, there's nothing. I have no problem with that.
I enjoyed the story
don't
more
know.
that they
I do too.
fought and crashed
Yeah, I like to
crash
believe
land
that
before they ran into
fought the good
another
fight.
building. So I'm going to believe that.
You-
I don't want to go conspiracy theory on that.
Okay.
They're heroes.
Yeah,
That's what I want to hear.
Okay, no, I get it. You don't want the veil lifted.
Not on that.
Okay.
Sometimes it's best to believe in the Easter Bunny
It is.
or Santa Claus.
And if you don't
Wasn't
believe in
life
the Easter Bunny, you'll
simpler?
get presents no more.
Was it
I
life
believe in the
simpler?
sidewinders. I believe in sidewinders.
Speaking of sidewinders, look, the debate was last night. The big debate between Donald Trump and Kamala
They were
Harris.
baiting.
Kamala.
All the news outlets as of today are proclaiming victory to Kamala Harris. Now, I watched most of the debate. I didn't feel like she was
You know who-
victorious.
I'll tell you who I got when I didn't watch a whole lot of it, but
Well,
who
we
I
drank
fe-
a little bit before,
Yeah.
too. We were live last night.
here's who I felt like the loser was us. So, just
America.
American. Nobody to me looked like that's my
President.
candidate.
I know. That was the thing. No one, neither of us gave us a reason to go, that's my person up there.
But me, if I was a uninformed voter, didn't know what was going on, I would walk in, watch that, and feel the room, watch what was going on, and like Kamala won.
Yes, you're 100% right.
That's
Because she sounded presidential.
she sounded right, but then
But there was no pushback on the lies. He lied too, but the lies
Yeah.
she said there was no pushback on.
There was no
No.
fact checking.
there was no fact check.
It was one side fact check. That's how this podcast normally is.
And some of the stuff that they
Y'all
fact
only
checked may
fact
not
check
be
Gary.
correct either. Isn't that misinformation? So if that comes back that they fact checked was incorrect,
Well, the fact check doesn't mean a whole lot to me because everybody fact checked us in COVID.
yeah.
But turns out they just didn't have the information.
I don't think there
wasn't
should
current.
I don't think there should ever be fact checking at
Yeah,
all
then
because
why?
that immediately puts in bias.
Yes.
Immediately.
Well, her opening statement though had multiple lies in
Yeah.
it. And I mean, they weren't political lies. I'll say this: I felt like she didn't lie about politics. Her lies were about him.
Let the American people figure out who the liar is based on the actions of what's going on in America, not two other voters that are in there refereeing the debate.
Because the fine people on both sides that gets brought up all the time. That's a clear lie.
Just let it
Marty,
go.
hit that conspiracy theory button over there so you can figure out which one it is. No. That might be it. No.
Close enough.
It ain't on there.
That's not it, sure. So the
Okay, I
latest
hit all of
conspiracy theory. Have you guys seen? So if you noticed last night, Kamala had on these earrings. Let's see.
I know the
yeah.
conspiracy.
Right there they
I
are.
heard-
You see
I heard
them?
this one.
There they are. See those big earrings right there?
Uh-huh.
Just so happens that those earrings they believe to be these earrings,
Uh-huh.
which are actually microphone or not microphones, but
Speakers, little
speakers, so that people could talk in her ear.
You know, I think
She
I
was
saw
coached.
Joe Biden wearing the same ones.
He had them in his nose, though, didn't he?
You think they're smart enough to use them?
No. Joe Biden had rings on.
I
or
really
something.
don't care if she had them in there. Don't
Do
care.
you not?
No.
I do.
I do too.
But because
I don't.
at this moment, I feel like you need to be out in public with your own thoughts.
Yes, you should be able to regurgitate information. She was coached for over a week. Did you guys? If you didn't listen. I think Gary did. She would all of a sudden like go in Obama voice. You know how she'll change her dialect.
Yeah.
She like started trying to sound like Obama too. It was rather interesting. I enjoyed the debate. I thought it was kind of silly.
It was just aggravating just seeing that there was bias. I wanted to hear what both of them said, regardless lies or not. I'll figure out what the lies are.
So I not every time, but I found some of the most accurate debates you can watch are primaries because usually,
Everything comes out then.
yeah.
So, but look how different debates are today. Do you remember the time you wouldn't even watch a debate because it was a bunch of stuffy old men up on stage regurgitating over and over what their
They're probably just
platform
policies.
is.
Policies.
Their platforms were, right?
Yeah.
What my dream for the city. We haven't seen that in
So
3 cycles.
I heard this said, and it's a really good point. I've kind of felt this way myself, but like the McCain-Obama debates,
Yeah,
really that was
that was the end of it.
well, that was two people that were pretty much the same people.
Yeah.
They just had slightly different views on economics.
Yeah.
And I mean, because
And at that time,
Obama's no different than Bush to me.
Obama was about change, which at that point in time when they were debating, there was a Republican
Change.
in office, which
Yeah.
was Bush. So therefore, the change thing worked,
Yeah, he was a change candidate, which is fine. But the thing is, he was the same thing Bush was.
and he was a great speaker.
Hell, he
He was
deported.
very charismatic.
Very
Yes.
charismatic.
He deported more people
Kinda
than
like
anybody.
me.
Yeah.
He's kind of like me.
They
He's
call him
very
deporter in
charismatic.
chief.
Yeah,
Very charismatic.
Very.
Like Big T.
but
Had a little
I mean,
more hair.
Now social stuff has gotten stuff. That don't sound right.
Stuff.
Yeah, social stuff.
Social stuff.
But social issues have taken the forefront in everything.
do you think if we got rid of the internet, we would survive?
Well, yeah, we
Some of us
survived.
would. Some of us would.
Do you? How much of America do you think would make it?
I would have to
without
run.
the
I'd have
internet?
to run outside and just argue with strangers.
You'd start putting signs. You would like be posting stuff on a big poster board out at the end of your street.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
You'd be like the one. Big Mike is a man.
Yeah.
Change my mind. You'd have those change my mind posters.
Somebody run up and put another poster board right on top.
Jamie,
Right on.
Jamie would be at intersections with a
Hey,
sign
look.
saying "like me," like,
Every-
Yeah,
thumbs
like,
up, thumbs up.
Give me a thumbs
Every
up.
car that went by, Jamie had to go check his sign.
Yeah.
You can't troll people on the internet.
And they'd write, and then
Dude.
you'd write on there. And
I
then
trolled
they'd
that
write.
lady the other day about banning books, and she had no clue what I
She
was
thought
saying.
you were on her side.
Yes.
Yeah, wait, I mean,
But a well-placed troll,
Look, I've got to make an announcement though right here. Okay, so look, there's a lot of news going around about Russia and social media influencers. I assure you that Russia did not approach us to put out any propaganda, because if they had, we would have accepted
We
the
would
money
accept it.
and we would be out here putting up
We would-
pro-Russian propaganda
That's
or
right.
pro-Trump propaganda, whatever propaganda they asked for, the amount of money they were given. But so there is a story.
I am for sale.
Yeah,
I
we
am
want
not
to get
for
that
sale.
clear right now.
I'm not for
So
sale.
if Gary goes away for a while and we start speaking Russian,
Then
or
y'all know
something,
what happened.
We'll know what really happened. But the Department of Justice alleges Russia-funded U.S. media company linked to right-wing social media stars such as Tim Pool,
yeah.
a couple others. Now, Tim Pool, for one, is claiming he had no idea.
Have you listened to Tim
Yeah.
Pool's?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's already started
Yeah,
a
he's
litigation.
suing. He's suing, yes.
He's suing for this. Yeah.
So let me. So with that being said, so Tim Pool specifically.
Hold on, let me give the other names: Benny Johnson, Tim Pool, and Dave Rubin.
I don't know any of
What
the
would Benny
other
Hinn?
ones.
No,
He was
But
funny.
Sebastian Gorka, I was listening to earlier about it too. But go ahead.
So Tim Pool, basically, this company bought the rights to air his show.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I mean it's
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, listen here, Russia. You can buy the rights to air our show. As a matter of fact, we probably let you do it really cheap on the
Really
cheap right
cheap.
now.
You know, it's illegal.
We'll take Ruples.
They don't allow Rumble in Russia. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, Dan
That
Bongino.
doesn't surprise me because
Yeah.
they probably
Free
don't allow
speech.
It's free speech.
X
Twitter,
is
yeah,
probably
probably X.
Brazil's getting rid of X because of free speech. I saw where Rainn Wilson left X because of free speech.
You know, what's his face? Who's on owner of X? I can't think right now.
Lauren Chen is also another person apparently all over the place. She was.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Did you hear Elon's Musk? Elon's Musk.
I smelled his
Elon's
musk one time.
Elon Musk's response to somebody asked him, he said, you're flying a satellite over Brazil and pretty much you're forcing them to have your internet service.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they said, what do you think about the government that wants to control the content? He said, I guess they can walk outside, put my finger there and flip it off. I don't.
You know,
He's like, I think he's Southern. I think he's from South.
He's South African.
He's so done with the bullshit.
Elon Musk and Triple H need to fly over Brazil and do the. You remember that?
Yes.
You remember that wrestle?
So, I think this jury's still out. Is Elon going to end up being a superhero or super villain? If you are an early subscriber, that was something we talked about. Are these the time of super villains? But is he going to be that? I don't know.
He's Lex Luthor, man. I mean, if he's going to be anything, it's Lex Luthor. He's
So
rich,
is Jeff Bezos.
Bezos was put on pizza.
Who's the Microsoft dude? Bill Gates.
Bill
He
Gates.
looks like that bad guy from The Incredibles. Bill Gates.
I see people post pictures of Bill Gates like sitting in line to get food at Seattle, and they're like looking at him just like a regular person. What's he gonna do? Push people out of the? You know what I mean? This dude's 100 pounds and nothing.
Oh man! Out of all these rich people, who do you think would be the coolest one to get by? Like Bezos.
Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon.
I don't know.
Down.
Jeff has more fun. Elon works too much.
What about Zuckerberg? You want to hang out with Zuckerberg?
Hell
He's an
no.
android.
He's a what?
I think,
Android.
I think he's got like autism or something. He's all.
Actually, the coolest one been the dude that was doing the legal shit over there in the Caribbeans. Was that the wild sex parties?
Sam Friedman.
Yeah, Sam Bankman-Friedman.
Yeah, the one that
Yeah.
sound like a
SBF.
Yeah. SBF. Yeah, that one that sounds like something.
Yeah,
you
but
would
this dude was
trade.
having some wild parties.
Yeah, but did you see the girls he was partying with?
Does it matter?
Bunch of little nerds.
They would think I was the coolest dude there.
Oh, you would be. You wouldn't think. You
But if
would
They'd
be
be
the
like,
coolest
so you
dude there.
play sports?
But if you're all blindfolded, would it matter?
It depends if you're in the room or not.
Depends.
Yeah. While we're still talking a little bit about politics, you guys really strayed it far. I'm gonna just read the headlines of this story, and then I'm gonna have to because I hope it. State senator in California forced chief of staff to perform sex acrobatics that left him with hip injuries. He is now suing the senator.
Whoa.
Say that again. Okay, read the story again.
Repeat.
State senator, female California state senator,
Okay.
forced her chief of staff to perform sex acrobatics that left him with hip injuries.
Oh.
He is claiming that she forced him to have sex in the back of a car and that it resulted in 3 bulging discs, and he is suing her for it.
But it solved a bulging penis.
So, all right, I'm going to add a little more to this. Do you know the chief of staff's name? Chad Condit. Do you remember Gary Condit?
I do remember Gary
It's his
Condit.
son.
Who's Gary Condit?
He was the one whose
Killed a
assistant
chick.
disappeared, and he got off.
I-
But this was
Apparently
all the way-
this guy did
Look,
too. He did.
This is relevant to 9/11 because up to 9/11,
That's
that
right.
was the biggest story in politics with Gary Condit.
Yeah, he killed a girl, didn't he?
Well, he got off
Allegedly.
Again.
We don't want us to get sued.
But here we are now again, and he's back in the news.
Allegedly.
The married aim claims he relented and performed the acts on his boss over the years as part of a sex-based quid pro quo relationship in order to protect his job.
These alleged gymnastics.
Yeah, on their final
So
encounter,
what was
hold
he
on, here
doing
we
in the
go.
back of a car?
On their
pole
final
vaulting.
encounter, he suffered a debilitating back injury while having to twist and contort as he performed oral sex on the senator in a car, leaving him with 3 herniated discs and a collapsed hip. What in the hell?
He
is a
collapsed hip.
So,
I think you missed what oral sex is. Your hip has nothing to do with it.
Just put his back into it, Jake.
You can do it. Put your bag into it.
so the staffer claims he
Look,
started using his back.
He blew his back out.
This is real, Jamie. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Blew his own back
This
out.
poor man-
That's dedication.
This poor man's been taken advantage of by this woman.
Should have stretched.
Got to
That's
limber
on
up,
him.
man. Got to limber. Yeah, I mean, not limbering up is on
He
you.
may have been
That's
trying to
on him.
oral himself.
What
What
what car was this? Was this like a very small car? Or
yeah,
was it
look,
like a
it should have been
like a
in like an
Suburban?
Expedition or a Suburban.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
what
need
kind
to
of
see
little car that.
what kind of car it was.
We need to know.
Yes.
Probably a
Is it-
350Z.
Is it like a
So
like
look-
a Fiesta or something?
Yes, a Fiesta. They're having a Fiesta.
So look, all right. I've got to finish. All right, I'm gonna give you the reason that this is
He
news.
was down there. He was under the border.
So the senator Alvarado Gil is portrayed in the suit as an erratic, controlling boss who
He
inflicted
did
us
the gills.
a sexually dominating abuse of authority and power. So I believe the only reason this is out now, August the 7th, she went from Democrat to Republican Party.
Yeah, that's the only reason it's out.
That's good stuff.
That's what she said.
Apparently, that is what she said.
Look, I respect his dedication, though.
For real, he went all out.
That's awesome.
How did he even? What kind of
I
contortion?
want to know what he was doing.
How did he get out of the car?
1 foot at a time, Gary.
Neck
Damn.
first?
With a collapsed hip?
Well, okay, I gotta look it up. What the hell's a collapsed hip? Here, let me show you a picture of this
Look,
lady.
this whole time I thought Bo Jackson hurt his hip
Okay,
while
look,
playing football.
there you go. She's not a bad looking woman. She has 11 kids apparently.
Oh,
Gee.
All by several different men. She's not married. But how do you collapse a hip? That's the question.
yeah. How do you call?
Yeah, look, I believe if I was on the jury, I'd be like, I need a demonstration before I award any money.
All right, so according to AI, there are a few ways a hip can collapse.
Is oral sex one of them?
Pulling your shoulder down and hip up. Well, I don't have to worry about that. This can happen when riding a horse.
So he was making a ball.
Riding a horse. He wasn't riding a horse.
Weaker gluteus medius and tight quadratus lumborum. A weaker gluteus medius on one side combined with
So,
a tight
a muscle
on the
imbalance.
other. Yep.
Yeah.
This can
Gastric
cause
butts.
a drop shoulder. All right, osteonecrosis of the hip. This condition can cause the hip. Nowhere does it say oral sex in the back of a car can cause the hip to collapse. This probably gets her off.
Possibly.
If Google can't
I think
find,
he got her off.
if Google cannot,
You just wait for somebody to say it.
But he
like-
couldn't get out.
actually no.
You know,
Oh, yeah, well, I just like somebody say it.
maybe he
Please.
slipped.
How do you?
He was trying to get traction.
He slipped.
He felt. It felt like 2 inches. He was in a car. Man.
We
What?
got,
What? Look, yeah, they should have been an expedition.
They said a car,
excursion.
not an SUV, Jamie.
we got to see these
Maybe she
people and the
required
vehicle.
him to stand on his head while performing the act.
Did they got a sunroof?
It
Where the
doesn't
lady's
tell
gonna
us
go?
what kind of car it was.
Jeez.
It had to be a Miata though. It had to be something like little, like a
I'm telling you, a
Volkswagen
Ford
Bug, a
Fiesta.
1973
Ford
Volkswagen Bug.
Fiesta is what it is.
All right, well.
Poor fella. See, here you go.
Poor fella.
Poor fella.
You need to
He
limber
can't even
up.
hardly walk anymore.
Yeah, man.
During the debate last night, see, this is going to be a political episode. My mouse quit working. During the debate last night, there was some fact checking going on, and Donald Trump made a claim about the immigrants killing our pets or our animals. And the commentator or director, whatever you call that dude, was really quick to point out that we talked to whoever
The city manager.
City manager. I thought that would be like a
I don't know what's the. Do we have a city manager in our
city
city?
manager. Isn't that a mayor?
I thought so, but how would he know?
But the city mayor manager claimed that
I
that
saw
was
a
not
video
true.
on X of the cops coming up to a dude that had like some dead geese hanging down.
Right, and then there was
They could be
video
pets.
of people
Yeah,
at
it's
the
pet
city
on it.
council meeting
Put some pet milk on them, get ready to soak them.
tell them about these animals. But there's also a disturbing rise in religious animal sacrifices in New York City. That was probably that would be with pigs, rats, and birds discovered tortured to death as part of religious rituals.
Birds aren't real, so
Look, I really don't understand why we have to be so weird.
I'll
about
say
every damn thing.
this. I'm not one of these guys that is a huge Trump supporter. I mean, I'll vote for him because my options are limited.
we do have limited options.
Yes,
I'm undecided.
are you? Well,
Yeah.
so that being said, generally when he makes wild ass claims, he's right.
Like at least he's got some evidence or truth to it of some sort.
Like the Russian thing, Russiagate. He said, "Oh, that's made up." Well, turns out it was.
yeah, it sure was.
A lot of stuff with COVID.
You
turns
don't
out-
believe that Russian coercion resulted in him beating the most qualified woman to ever run for president?
No.
You're sad human, Jamie. Father
Being
Fortenberry.
a very unpopular candidate caused her to lose that election.
The fact she was
I
nasally.
think a lot of people liked Hillary. That's the problem.
Oh.
She wasn't likable. Bill's likable.
Okay.
Oh, Bill
Bill don't like her.
animal.
Hey, Bill ain't throwing his neck out with her.
he hadn't collapsed the hip.
Yeah.
Not
I mean, he
with her
had,
anyway.
but yeah, that hurt.
He
Probably
would
on-
have.
It's probably on Epstein Island, but it wouldn't.
He
there
wouldn't have
with her.
told it either.
He was limber, son.
So,
Well, he jogged all the time.
now talking about collapsed hips, it's a good lead into the next story. Did you guys hear about what happened between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift at the U.S. Open?
No.
She backed that thing up on him at the U.S. Open and was
That
twerking.
flat thing.
Yeah, that.
Flapjacks.
Yeah, that thing. But people were up in
pancakes.
arms for
What are the
this
arms about?
because they were cringe dancing.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're trying to show affection before they
Here
break
we
up.
go.
Are they
I'll
supposed to break
show
up
you
in a couple
guys
weeks?
the
Or something?
video.
You see that outfit he had on?
I thought it was cool.
Ooh, look at that.
Jamie would wear that.
I wouldn't wear a lampshade, but I'd wear the rest
Why
of
is
it.
that cringe?
She's shaking it off.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. That's one of her dance moves.
That's not even cringe.
I think the hat's cringe.
Really,
Yeah.
I like the hat.
I
I
don't.
don't argue with that.
Now,
that.
Does he have
mustache.
suspenders on, too?
The mustache.
He's got
Like a
suspenders.
pilgrim.
A pilgrim? Yeah, I guess it kind of does.
Yeah.
He does
with
a
the
buckle on
white.
it.
What pilgrim? What look? He
got the buckle hat.
Pilgrim.
With the mustache.
Oh,
and
he's
the,
with Mahomes.
The little
He's with
suspender.
the Mahomies.
He's with the
Let's see what's going
Mahomies
on
at the Opens.
Shut up. Here we go. If that
She had a
turns up,
food
I'll go
drive.
He
back
was
to
Look,
hanging
it.
she's
with
been driving to get
Mahomies.
food already.
Had the Mahomies. They're with the Mahomies. They're
They're
made
with-
up because now we got Taylor that came out in support of Kamala just last night after
Oh,
the
yes.
debate.
Oh,
and
I
we
thought
got
she's been in
Brittany
support of it.
Mahomes. I did too. That supported Trump.
So-
but they can be. They can
can
be.
still be
They
friends.
can still
That's
be
crazy.
friends.
That's
They should fight to the
crazy.
Here we
death.
go. Here's the cringe dancing going on.
Look, they're all
that's
dancing.
His
cringe
moves are what
dancing.
cringe. It ain't them showing affection.
It's kind of like a big old high school
Ooh, look
boy
at that.
dancing with his sweetheart.
And she's singing
Who's
to
a
him. People-
billionaire?
And both, hell, he probably is too. You know, they just signed a $100 million contract for their podcast, which is not nearly as good as Life in the Patio. I mean, let's.
And she's
just face
singing
it.
to him. People
Yeah.
pay for that.
Yeah, you're right.
I know.
Gary, does Whitney sing to you?
No.
Okay.
No, she does
poor,
not.
Poor Gary.
Yeah, poor me.
Whitney sang to Gary, please.
I'll let you ride around the Fortenberry. We sing everywhere we go.
No, you scream death metal. Y'all singing. You sing Taylor Swift on like death metal, and y'all fight to see who can.
Someone just needs to
scream
write on your
loud.
car chaos.
It is absolute chaos.
That way everybody knows what's coming.
We got some birthday shout outs, right? We got a birthday to Big Steve.
Big Steve's birthday is today.
He actually just called you.
Yeah, I
You
saw
can
that.
call
Big
back
Steve's
now.
birthday is today.
Yep, Big Steve.
Happy
And then tomorrow is DW's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
DW.
birthday.
Birthday,
Dub.
DW. I think DW is maybe 41. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe so. But
Yes.
DW
Yes.
41 couldn't be
Oh.
with us tonight.
There was a brother had a birthday.
Yeah, yes. My younger brother had
Your
a birthday.
Disney obsessed brother?
Yes,
Logan?
yes, he loves Disney. Shout out.
Let's
to
call
him.
it go. Woo.
Hey, can we call him and be like
That's
Mickey
the
Mouse?
Pillsbury Doughboy. He ain't Disney.
Logan, it's Mickey Mouse.
Call him like we did Wes.
Yeah.
Is it Wes's birthday?
No,
We need to
no.
get Wes back
But we
in
called
studio.
We
Wes.
do. We do.
So speaking of Disney, that's perfectly done. By the way, I actually did that on purpose. A Disney obsessed couple got banned from the ultra exclusive Club 33. Okay.
Ooh.
For public drunkenness, despite spending. Are you ready for this? $400,000 to retain the membership.
What?
$400,000 for a membership?
What is this club?
Yeah.
The couple spent $400,000 suing Disney to keep their membership to the exclusive club. They lost their battle. The couple had saved up for 20 years to avoid the organization's lofty fees and were on the wait list for a decade when they got an invitation in 2012. What is Club 33?
Yeah,
Yes,
what is
yes.
in this club? I want to go clubbing at 33.
Boy, I tell you what, they don't look 60. Didn't I just say 60?
You know, if they got
Look
that
at
much.
these people. They don't look 60 years old.
Man, they
They
ain't
ain't
60.
No.
That's what it says. Did it not?
They've been drinking the blood of Mickey Mouse.
Both
That's why they stay
60.
so young.
Those freaking people right there are 60 years old.
Maybe that. Those people
no,
are
but
60.
They aren't 60.
Right here.
They're definitely not 50.
60 Okay. Y'all don't need to go to Disney. Y'all got the freaking Fountain of Youth or
Yeah,
something
they got
going
something.
on. Wow. Club 33 is tucked away in plain sight in the middle of Disneyland's New Orleans Square. Okay, special club you can go to.
Well, I'm going to one up Disney, make my own club, and call it Club 34. They can come spend their money at my club.
Especially if it's 400,000.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we'll
I'll
do a
cut it.
special episode for y'all.
I'll do them a special. I'll cut it in half. Half price. Club 34 at Gary's. Our lights.
They
everything.
wanted $231,000. That's the equivalent of 7 years in the club. Damn. Are people really? Huh? All right, people are dumb rich, aren't they? These people probably aren't even rich.
They probably got 50
Here I
cent in
am
that
just
club.
halfway there.
They got 50 cent in that club.
I'm all dumb, no rich.
All dumb, no rich. That sounds about right. But yeah, so Gary, I assume that was not your brother.
No,
But
that
we'll
was
give him a
not.
happy birthday anyway.
Happy birthday.
Ooh, happy birthday.
So
You
know they're trying
It's your
to-
birthday.
they're trying to shut the country down again, right?
For what?
Yeah.
What disease is it now?
Equine encephalitis. We talked about it, I think, in maybe the
It's
last
a
episode.
horse. It's from horses, right?
There's 15 cases of West Nile virus. I think.
I
right
heard that's what killed
now-
Catherine the Great.
West Nile?
What's now?
The equine syphilitis.
Oh, that's
No, that
that's
was
terrible,
inside
Jamie.
equine syphilis.
It's equine syphilis. You're right. My bad.
My computer's
It may have been like just the weight of the horse, I think.
my story froze. Damn.
Well, you can't read it.
Anyway, well, there were several stories. No, I need to scroll down because there's several stories where states have shut down. Like I think New Hampshire has shut down. I think
The places with a high horse population. I mean, is that
Do horse flies carry this?
I don't know.
good?
They bite horses.
Oh, here it is. Here's my story. All right, I'm back. Resident across only one person has contracted it, but multiple cities within the state have issued outdoor
God.
curfews.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
So we're shutting down stuff now for one person. getting
Here's
sick.
the map that shows where it's at.
It's the
You got
map.
New
It's the
Hampshire
map.
has shut down. There
It's
won't
the
be
map.
Florida to shut down. There's Arkansas. This is close to us, guys. We might need to shut down again.
Oh my.
We need to.
That was some of the best time of my life during shutdown.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
I'm okay with shutting down.
Yeah,
Let's shut it
on
down,
out.
baby.
Gary, you wouldn't be able to shut down.
No, I wouldn't.
You're essential.
I'm essential.
You are so essential. But anyway,
Essential oils.
Yeah.
this past weekend was football. The Woo Pig Suey Hogs blew a big
Choked.
lead. Choked.
Choked.
Ohio State almost choked. Okay.
Choked on that win.
Yeah. But this week we bounced back against University of Alabama, Birmingham. It would have been great to be 3-0 with a win over Oklahoma State.
Arkansas needs a sue for collapsing that hip too.
That's what happened to us. Our hips collapsed. You damn
That would
right.
have been big. They played a good game.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
play a
if we
great game.
played tight and took them to double overtime and lost, we'd been ecstatic.
that was a problem.
The fact that we was up, everyone's like, "Oh,
That was the problem. Y'all started playing tight. Y'all
Hammer
weren't playing
down.
loosey goosey.
We
You
need
weren't
the Chad Morris mentality.
Change
Hammer
your game.
down.
run it
but
up.
without Chad Morris,
Without
and Charlie.
Chad Morris. With Bobby Petrino running the offense with Chad Morris mentality, hammer down.
How do you think the head coach told
Dude, no,
told him to
3
pull
turnovers,
back?
2 missed field goals.
I think they started playing conservative.
I think they
Wait,
played.
wait,
defense
we
and
dropped
offense.
we dropped a touchdown in the end zone in the first half.
What you're saying?
Yeah.
Playing not to lose.
They were playing not to
I
lose.
know at halftime. I told you guys they're playing not to lose.
Yeah.
And that'll make you lose every
It will.
gosh dang time. All right, Marty, hit that out button.
Hey,
guys,
hold on.
hold on.
Did we at the beginning of the show we talked about that person that was going to get arrested for saving that 14-year-old girl?
Oh, we did. Thank you.
We did not. We don't want to leave our listeners holding out for that one.
I think
and
Gary
missing
wants to
it.
know what's happening.
I want to know what happened.
Me too.
Well, my ads ain't coming up like.
But
Give me
yes,
a
you
second.
said some guy
Let's have
saved
the next show.
saved
Now
a
I've got
person.
to cut it out then, but I'll cut this part out.
I just want to make sure.
I may have already closed it.
I'm just trying to keep a tight ship here on the patio.
I don't know why I'm having such trouble. Maybe my internet connection.
Showing dedication to our listeners.
That hurricane
Let me
coming
open
in.
it again. Here it is.
Is that
Okay.
it? Okay.
So you guys know that there's like these vigilantes almost that are out here
Yes, we
trying to save all these kids from sexual abusers, from being trafficked, right? Right. Man who saved girl 14 from sex abuser gets almost as long in jail as pedophile for kidnapping him. So he went and kidnapped this dude who was trafficking this young 14-year-old girl. Took him in, turned him in. Dude pleaded guilty. He was found in bed with the 14-year-old girl by her mother. The woman contracted her boyfriend, Ott, who rushed to the house with a 35-year-old friend in tow. They took dude into custody, turned him in, beat him up.
Oh.
Then they got sentenced, though.
Why didn't they just call the cops?
That's similar to the one we talked about where they beat the dude's butt at the
At the
grocery
Kroger.
store.
At the Kroger. It's very similar.
Look,
You can't take the law into your own hands.
You
I guess.
cannot take
but you
the-
should be able to. Like one of my greatest, or not mine, one of the greatest stories ever was in Texas. A father caught a guy molesting his daughter, and he beat this man to death barehanded.
Yeah.
And the jury found let him loose.
Well, check this out. So
Well,
it
they-
ain't,
by God,
it's
it-
not actually that clean. The guy that he had some meth in his possession.
Oh,
So,
So they
That
got
made him all
for
wrong.
The illicit
hey,
drugs.
you got to get bumped up to get a little ass whooping going on.
you gotta get that energy.
So
son.
like,
He gonna show enough with his
hey,
ass.
look,
He got to stay awake the whole time.
I don't want to live in a society that don't want us to beat up pedophiles.
Yeah. I mean, once the threat was subdued, that's when you stop.
That's probably
No, it ain't.
That's the problem.
They're
probably
always
why-
a threat. They're always a threat.
That's why they celebrated with meth, I guess.
Yeah, but they beat up the dude after the
Yeah.
fact. I think isn't that what you said?
You can't fix pedophilia.
No, you can't. Well, you
can't do
can. You can. It's the end of a
Not bad.
tube.
All right, Marty, we've fulfilled our requirements. Let's play us out of here. Father Fortenberry, Park Word.
All right, guys. Think about 9/11 and hit that like button for us.
Gary,
like us. It's right there.
Marty.
Hey, thanks for watching, and the patio is for hire.
Yeah, guys, look, 9/11, time to remember what happened that day, and we don't need to ever let that shit happen again. I promise you, the patio will be here to support you. We'll be here to tell you all about the bullshit that people are talking about. It makes me angry. But look, hit that like button. Tell your friends about us. We're coming up on 500 subs on YouTube. Got a lot of downloads on Spotify. We just need a contract. We don't care if it's Russia, Uganda, China, Taiwan, whatever.
America.
Got life in the patio, guys. We're out of here.
Somebody done saved this.
Outlaw.
Call us Rush.